Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. So some of you may have noticed I didn't make a video yesterday. And after a couple of weeks of having a really good run with no migraines, I woke up with one yesterday, which really bummed me out because I have a lot to get done this week. But unfortunately, it was just one of those days I had to take care of myself instead of my store. But I feel great today, so I guess that's the plus of it all. So I'm going to be packing 2 days worth of orders today, and we have 15 sales. Starting with a patch, obviously. I'm digging in my patch box. And this item I really like. So it reminds me of my childhood because we went to this place. It's called Jellystone Park, and it's like a Yogi Bear themed campground that you can go to. Went there when I was a kid. And so very nostalgic for me. But the person I'm selling it to, her name's Cindy. So I absolutely love that. I paid $0.25 for this patch at a yard sale, and it sold for $10.16. Now we have a Pez dispenser going out, so I'm going to have to climb on up to the top shelf, and we got to get into our football box. The good thing is a lot of these boxes are not as full as they once were, so hopefully I can start consolidating the space on this toy shelf a little bit. What we sold is what we call an error Pez. So this is the Alabama Crimson Tides football, but it's packaged on this Texas Longhorns card. And it's a short card because it's designed to go on the bottom shelves at Walmart's at checkouts. It's a personal item that sold for $4.95. Next up, we have to go down to our film cubby, which is a little difficult to get into. This is where I keep all my cameras and film and just camera type accessories. And these are 3 vintage film tins, and they are made by Kodak. Got these at a flea market on a highway sale. I paid $1 for all 3, and they actually had negatives inside, which was really cool. They sold for $15.95, and I kept the negatives because they're like vintage 50s pictures, and I think I want to get some of them printed. Some really neat photos there. Now we have a office supply type thing going out. This is a vintage folder for your envelopes for your monthly budgets, which I think is so cool. Of course, I didn't luck out. There was no money in any of the envelopes, but that would have been cool. Either way, this is still a very sweet item I picked up at an estate sale for $1. It sold for $16.95. The next item we sold is going to be over here on our little animal and trinket shelf. And I found this at an estate sale, and I really didn't know if it would sell because it has some damage to it. But you can see here, it's a little porcelain doll, and she's like a little miniature marionette. She's got these like little loops coming out of her arms and legs, and she's jointed. One of her arms is broken, which is a bummer, but it's still a really neat piece. Actually kind of creepy looking. I paid 50 cents at the estate sale. Somebody sent me a $10 offer last night, and I accepted. Alright, now we have some tools going out. This is a pair of screwdrivers, and I found these last weekend or the weekend before at an estate sale, and they're just interesting to me with the wood handles, but the metal from the actual screwdriver goes all the way through the wood handle. I paid $1 for the set of 2, and they sold for $24.95 within a couple days of listing. It's looking kind of overcast out, so I'm guessing we're going to get an afternoon rain shower, which is very common right now. I think it's rained every day for like a week. What are we looking for? This, right here. It's a apron, and our good friend Stephanie said something about I should turn that filing cabinet facing outward towards the door, which would be a great idea, except that is in the way. And that is my boyfriend's grandmother's vintage sewing machine table, and it's special to him, so I'm keeping it safe, but once we find a place for that permanently, I will turn that filing cabinet outward. But back to the sale, it's a funny little apron that I picked up at an estate sale. Only paid $1 for it, which was great. I love the 75% off days, and I'm on a diet. I paid $1 for it. It sold for $12.71. Now we've got a puzzle going out, and you guys know what the deal is with my puzzles. I pick them up, my mom builds them. If they have all the pieces, I take pictures and then list them for sale. And if they don't have all the pieces, they either go to somebody else in our family to build. If it's only missing 1 or 2, might redonate it to a thrift store because I think they're still fun to build even if they're not all there. But I'm not listing ones with pieces missing. So all of my puzzles up here are complete, and this is a Ravensburger. I was trying to make sure I grabbed the right one. It says 750 pieces, and the Ravensburger brand is really quality puzzles, so I try to pick those up whenever I can for her to build. She likes them. And this is called a Romantic Sunset. I paid $1 for it at a yard sale. It sold for $13.56. Next up is a bins item, and I think it's right over here. I think this is where I've been putting my flags lately, but I don't really have a flag department in my shelving, so I'm hoping it's right here. And yeah, it is. It was just really thin and smushed down. So these are actually 2 banners with nautical or maritime flags on them. Kind of a decorative piece. I found these in the bins and they were all tangled up in like some Christmas garland, but I took the time to separate them out. One set has this like elongated flag shape and then the other ones are rectangular. Really neat piece. Great for a party or a boat themed event. I paid 50 cents by weight. They sold for $21.95. Now we're heading back over to our Pez shelf, and I wish I had thought to grab this one when I grabbed the other one because they're in the same box. But little climbing never hurt anybody. We sold yet another football Pez, this time Virginia Tech. Again, personal as always. The cover on the bubble is a little crunchy there. It sold for $6.95. And I told you my last trinket lot took a long time to sell. Well, this one took about 24 hours. Right time, right place, I guess, when I listed it. This has got a nice little assortment in here. I love the little grumpy bear. He was on my wall for quite some time, and I finally decided to let him go. But a bunch of different items all mixed up. Like I said, I put a $3 estimate as my cost on these things. I really don't think it's even close to that, but I don't want to say I paid a quarter for all that stuff. So I paid $3. It sold for $34.95. And now we have a patch going out. This patch has been in my store since the very beginning of my reselling. Somebody asked me the other day what my oldest item in my store is, and unfortunately I don't know because I end and sell similar, but I can tell you what stuff has been in here for a long time when I see it, because you just know. Like, I remember I used to take my photos at home, so I can tell you what items in the store I took photos of there versus once I got all set up over here. But specifically, the one single item that's been here the longest, I mean, I guess I would say my Pez, because I've had that for years and years and years. And we finally found the patch that we're looking for. This is a Philadelphia PHL, which is the airport code for the Philadelphia airport patch. And we paid about a quarter at a yard sale. It sold for $5.91. Actually, I think that was more of like a flea market type yard sale that I picked that up at. Now we have some creative memories going out, and I paused for a second to move some things out of the way to get this slate blue album out. This is a newer style of creative memories album, but it all works the same. Paid a quarter for it. It sold for $22. I gotta move this stool out of the way because we gotta get right back in here. And yep, I left this envelope in this box since the last time I pulled it out. This is where I'm keeping all those stamps that I recently listed. And this is a set of 6 stamps. It's like a commemorative item showcasing the most rare stamp that there is, I guess, the Inverted Jenny. They reprinted these later on. These are $2 stamps, so that's actually $12 in stamps right there, you guys. I had them listed for $14.95, but I sent out my standard 15% off offer and it sold for $12.71, which normally 71-cent profit on a $12 item is not great, but I didn't pay anything for those stamps, so it's just turning the stamps into money, which is awesome. And our last item going out is going to be a little mini screwdriver. I couldn't remember if I put it in with the pens or the tools because I picked it up at the same time as a bunch of different oil pens and mechanical pencils, but I did put it with the tools. This is a little mini screwdriver advertising the Pure Oil Company. I paid $1. It sold for $14.95. So in total, $10.75 is what all of this stuff cost me, and it sold for $228.65, which is 21 times our money. And not a bad 2-day sales total, especially considering I didn't really get anything done yesterday. Now it's all packed up. I'm going to the post office. We'll see you soon with another video of what's sold.